What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Shipped Across the Border. Before we get into today's episode featuring our teammate, our friend, Zach Fullford, we want to break some good news to y'all. Shipped Across the Border's first sponsor, OJ Productions.
Fire
it's a clothing
merch.
company based out of
Fire
Buffalo,
merch.
based out of downtown Buffalo. And they create high quality for low prices, basketball-related merchandise. Very, very high quality. We're both rocking a piece from the Get Out Your Feelings collection.
Get out your feelings. They just had a Christmas drop. The dude's a hooper, and he's a chill-ass dude. And if you guys want to get some cool-ass clothes, we're going to put...
cheap, good quality.
There's going to be a link in the YouTube description. There's going to be a link on Instagram. There's going to be a link everywhere you can buy this guy's stuff.
Shout out OG Productions. This is the pink Get Out Your Feelings hoodie.
The blue Get Out Your Feelings shirt in the back.
Shit. So yeah, thank you to OJ Productions for sponsoring the video and sponsoring the podcast.
And let's get into episode 9. Zach Fullford.
Get away from the drinks and chatter. Haven't said a word, but it doesn't matter. Feel the air getting standing in a blurry dream. No one else can see us. Live your life within the moment, and don't go wait until the morning.
How did you start playing basketball, Zach?
I started playing basketball in 3rd grade. My dad coached my older brother in Pee Wee or youth basketball, and it was like grades 4 through 6. And I still go on vacation with the guy that runs it, so he let me play.
Where do you guys
third
go?
Grade. We go all over the place.
Damn. You guys go on like a vacation, like a family vacation every year?
Yeah, we go on a couple. We go camping, so we have a camper.
Damn.
Yeah.
You'd be fucking country as hell.
Family
Yeah.
goals, bro.
Yeah.
Country as hell. Shooting deer and sipping beer and shit.
Yeah,
It's not that weird,
That's
dude.
a
When they
bar.
make fun of him for that, bro, I'm being like, that's like my childhood.
Yeah, because you're both born on a farm.
I mean, I'm not born on a farm.
Where are you actually from? Where are you actually from?
You know where I live directly in between the Albany and New York City. It's where Kingston, New York. I'm like right on the outskirts of Kingston. It's called West Shokan.
You live like in like a very rural area though, no?
Yeah, I live my school district was like 200 something miles, which is pretty big. It's the biggest district.
You know what the fuck a mile is? 'Cause I don't know how big that is.
200. That's fucking huge, bro.
But like, is that like a city, like a school district? Like my like the YRDSB, like the York Region District School Board is
So like
bigger than 200. Way bigger than 200 kilometers.
From my house to Buffalo is like 200 miles.
Oh fuck!
So it's fucking big.
Damn.
But it's not. It's just. It's all wooded area.
That's kind of like Canada.
It's all
like,
wooded area.
You have like
It's
one college here, one university here, and it's like it covers all
Damn.
the fucking.
But it's not
Canada.
in one direction. It's all spread out.
Damn, that's huge. Then.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's like 4 hours to drive the whole thing.
Yes, roughly.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So like, how many people are at your high school?
My high school was small. My graduating class, we started 9th grade. I had 120. We graduated in 92.
Yeah, so that's pretty small.
That's like the size of my high school too.
But then how is that coming here where we're now, I mean, we're still at a relatively small school, but we're in downtown Buffalo, kind of like the busy city, lots of people around.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's different, definitely, seeing all these people. I mean, the classes are still like the same size. I think my high school classes were a little bit bigger.
Yeah, classes are really small.
But it's just a different setting. Like, I'm used to being able to go outside, just walk around in the woods. Like, there's no...
You miss that?
Yeah, I definitely miss that. Especially when I go home, I can hang out with my friends, do shit that's not that you can't do here.
Yeah. Usually we wait a little bit like to the end of the podcast to ask this, but I mean it kind of came up now. So like, what are your hobbies outside of basketball? You talked about the woods, talked about like, going on walks, like hanging with your friends. Like, what do you do outside of basketball when you're at home, like for Thanksgiving break or winter break, which is coming up?
During hunting season, I'm in the woods 24/7. From morning to night. And then
You have like just like you can just walk outside your house. It's like Minecraft.
yeah.
You just go shoot animals outside your house.
Bro, I love talking to people who don't hunt about hunting.
Yeah, it's
I do not
crazy.
hunt. I do not hunt.
What's your best kill? That was biggest deer.
I mean, I've only shot a doe before, but I mean, I've been duck hunting, rabbit hunting, turkey hunting.
Do you eat like the duck or like the rabbit?
Yeah, I eat.
Yeah, you eat
I
rabbit?
eat,
What the
I eat
fuck?
whatever I
What the fuck?
shoot.
Why would we
A
leave
rabbit?
it? Why would you?
Yeah.
What would be the point of killing it if you weren't gonna eat it?
Sport.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
some people.
that's messed up.
I've never,
I don't-
I've
I
never
don't
really.
agree.
I've
been
never
that
eaten
guy.
rabbit before. What does it taste like?
It's very gamey and it's very tender. Like
Yeah.
it's like like brown meat on a chicken or a turkey.
Like dark meat?
Yeah, it's all that.
Mm-hmm.
Want to hear something really funny about that? My younger brother, when he was like 4 or like 6, thought that dark meat comes from like black chickens and white meat came from white chickens.
That's very.
So brown cows make chocolate milk, bro.
He thought that too. Like,
I thought that. And I
I'm sure
lived on a farm.
I'm pretty sure every kid thought that as they were growing up.
Too. But okay, so you have all these like really like nature hobbies outside of basketball and stuff like that. So how do you really go from that to getting into basketball? Like,
I don't know. It's just a different, like, I have to change my mentality. Like, hunting, fishing, it's all, like, calming to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a way to clear my mind. And basketball's that, too, when I'm not able to do those certain things. So I don't know. I just turn a switch on and I'm focused. So,
How do you-
kill or be killed.
how do you, let's just say you're stressed out and you don't have access to the wilderness that you do at home. How do you find that sense of calmness, that sense of relaxation, that mental clarity here? Maybe you're going through a stressful time in basketball, maybe academically. Like, how do you find that mental clarity in that piece?
if I can't get in the gym and just put shots up or anything basketball related, I usually either probably just sit, talk to my friends, play PlayStation, or just watch some Netflix just to clear my
What games do
mind.
you play?
Call of Duty, NHL.
Chell? You like hockey?
Yeah.
Really?
Frida boys, Charles Frida.
Yep. It's one of the. I think it's the best sports
Better
game.
than 2K?
Oh, better. 2K sucks.
Damn, that hurts
I
my
have been
heart.
told this that like the people who run Shell are way more invested in like making their game
'cause
better every
Shell-
single year than 2K. which
NHL
the
is
same
EA.
game.
It's
Yeah.
not by,
Yeah, I know.
like-
Yeah,
I
but
know.
Madden sucks too.
Yeah, I guess Madden. I don't know. I'm having a great time playing 2K with my friends. I play Pro-Am right now because we have no school. I'd say we end practice at what time? Like 6,
5 or 6
7?
o'clock,
I'm
yeah.
playing from like 8 or 9 to like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., depending on if I go to the gym or not, like at night or lift at night. But like I'm probably playing from 9 till 2
That is an
a.m. every day.
aggressive amount of time on a video game.
Yeah, I can't.
But like
spend
half,
much time
I'm not
on
actually
the
playing half the time. Half the time I'm just sitting in the party, talking to my friends on my
Yeah,
phone,
that's-
hanging out, watching YouTube. But then like when we get 5, then it's up.
Do you go four-wheeling back home?
I don't have one, but I do. If I
That's
have
fun
the
as
chance
fuck.
to do,
That
I
is
do.
one of my favorite
have-
things.
you
I
have
also go snowmobiling.
You have like ATVs
Oh
and
my
shit at your
God.
ranch
My
up
childhood.
in buttfuck
yes,
nowhere.
Yes, bro, you have to.
My
You
uncle
know
has a
ATV, bro.
ranch in a little bit northern Ontario, not even close to as north as you, but relatively north compared to me. And there's this like somebody made this insane like 4-wheeler ATV like course. There's like 3 or 4 of them in the middle of the woods, and he has 1 or 2, and we just go ride. It's insane.
Yeah, yeah. If I have a chance, I'll go 4-wheel whenever I can.
You like extreme sports?
I mean, I don't do it. I just do it just to go, just to have fun.
Explore, bro. Go back in the fucking woods. Do your
Yeah.
thing. What kind of sled do you have?
I used to have. My family used to have 4. We used to have a 600, 800, a 440, and
440s are the shit, bro. 440s are so fun. You can
Like
fuck
I
550 at 440.
know what you guys are talking about, but maybe for like some of the viewers who don't,
They probably don't.
what is a 440?
It's the
and a
size
800?
of the engine
in
in the
in the
snowmobiles.
snowmobile.
Oh, okay.
So 800.
Oh, snowmobile.
Yeah.
Oh, so you don't know what we're talking about then.
Oh, I didn't understand that we're talking about snowmobiles. Snowmobiles are dope though.
Yeah. My brother just bought a new one.
Mhm.
I don't know what it was exactly, but
My dad just bought a 600 Summit, and that thing is a fucking beast, bro. You catwalk. It's so fun. So
Yeah.
fucking fun.
All right. A little bit back on topic about basketball. So you come from this, how far? Like 4 or 5 hours away?
it's 5 hours from here.
So
Yeah.
this small town in the middle of the woods, kind of like Chris, but in the U.S. How do you find out about Mumbai?
I didn't really get recruited out of high school. I didn't have a senior year.
It's COVID?
Yeah, because COVID. I broke my wrist in 9th grade. I started 10th and 11th grade, and I used a field level as
Okay.
a recruiting, and my coach did all of it for me. And I'm pretty sure either Coach Long or Coach Hack reached out to him and sent my coach a message, and I just came out here and visited, and I fell in love with it. It's small. I mean, it's far away from home, which is farthest I've been.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I liked it when I visited. So,
I think that's one of the things that like a lot of people take for granted. Like everyone says, "Oh, like I don't want to stay at home for college. I don't." And like obviously, like it's good to like get out and get away from home and meet new people and like have new experiences. But like, man, like being like there's something about being home that you can't appreciate until like.
Oh my god, I did not fucking realize that until I came here, bro. When you're like, actually, this is the first time I've been away from my house for an extended period of time, and you go back and you're like, damn, this is actually something I should have appreciated.
Yeah, you definitely miss the people back home.
Not only the people, like just everything.
Your family,
like some little shit, like the super little shit, like the stars, because there's light pollution here in Buffalo, bro. I don't know if you have Toronto or whatever, but I don't know if you can relate, but like the stars that you get when you're actually in the fucking country that you don't get out here, that shit's fucking wild to me.
I miss just
home
like
cooked meals,
that too.
A stocked fridge. Like, when was the last time you had like a mango, or like?
Talking to the wrong guy. I had one like yesterday.
Okay, but you like buy your own groceries and stuff. Like you, who is a normal human being who eats at the school cafeteria, like, or like a fresh like thing of grapes.
Yeah, that's
like I miss that. Just like fresh fruit.
My dog. I miss my dog, bro.
Oh hell yeah,
my fucking dog.
Yeah.
You look like you have a dog.
Yeah, I have a German Shepherd.
Fire.
I've grown up with German Shepherds my whole life.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone has like once you get a child to dog, the type of dog you can't like stray away from.
I'm never getting a poodle breed ever again. My dog's insane.
Your dog's you never gonna get a poodle?
Insane. No.
Bro, my fucking labs. Oh my god, they're so.
I love my dog. Shout out Bentley. But like she's such a piece of work sometimes, and she just causes so many. Like she's just like, oh, sometimes she just doesn't want to eat, and that just like throws the vibe off of everybody. Because like now we're worried that our dog's gonna die. She hasn't eaten in 2 days, and she's just like fucking bitch and just barks. If you come to the door and she doesn't know you, like she only fucks with like 10 people. With my family,
I
my
think that's
grandparents,
always
my
city
cousins.
dogs though, because like I don't know. But
She's a
mean,
bitch.
my dog just acts all tough, and then once he smells you and you pet him, he's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But
German Shepherds are cute.
my dad was a canine officer, so we had canine growing
That's
up.
sick.
That's scary. That's
So
very scary.
my one dog would bite anybody that tried to mess with me.
Damn.
And then the other one was the sweetest thing, but as soon as he got in the truck, I couldn't even open the door. Like, if I got in the front seat, he would try to, like, jump out and bite you.
Damn.
Where is your German Shepherd trained to like duck hunt?
No.
No.
My
Those people at the airport who have like, or not the airport, like
service
whatever,
dog.
have those dogs that like sniff around like your luggage. I know I'm not bringing anything with me, but like I'm like, holy shit, like fuck, like just minding my own business. This dog doesn't take a bite out of my calf.
Yeah.
What a little calf I even have right now. No, dogs are dope. But like, just being at like, for example, we had a reserve game, which we'll get into that topic in a minute. But my parents came out to watch because I mean I was away from home for 2 years. COVID was happening, so my parents haven't seen me play basketball in 2 years. This is like one of the first times they really saw me play, and just like after the game, I didn't even have a great game. Like I had the whole team played really really well. Me personally, I had a decent game. I did my role, but it wasn't like just the vibes were just so good.
That was
just
St. John
because no, that was
the Robert's
Robert
Wesleyan.
Wesleyan.
Here?
Yeah.
Here,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
My parents came out and watched the game, and I mean, it just so like even though I didn't like have a crazy performance like I would have liked to, as my parents are watching me play, I did decently. But just the vibes were so good, just because I missed like being in my parents' car, talking to them, just like those vibes. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's definitely when your parents are there, you wanna play your best.
Yeah, but just even if I had a bad game, it would have just been so much more comforting to like be in their presence.
Yeah, definitely.
You know
They
what I'm
just
talking
make
about?
everything way better, especially when you have.
There's
a
something
really good
specific you
relation.
miss from being home other than like the wilderness aspect. Maybe like something like not like
I mean,
that someone would overlook. What's the most underrated part about being home?
I just think it's like the parties you can have with your friends, like
Yeah.
bonfires in the woods, and like it.
Bonfire.
That's a
Bonfire
party in
under fucking
wherever you're
naked,
from,
bro.
Albany.
Yeah, it's just the little things like being able to spend time with your
Yeah.
family, your friends that you don't get to see that much anymore.
Yeah, for real. Spending time with the boys is the number one pastime.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, have you ever had a bonfire
Yes.
party? Okay, just
No,
making
not a
sure, just
bonfire
making sure.
party, but like I've definitely been around a bonfire with my friends or my family.
Oh, fuck, buddy, I gotta bring you back to Aiden
Andover.
Terror. Yeah.
Like and overall.
Bro, those parties get fucking. I said I had 1,000 people.
Bonfire
I had
party.
1,000 people in my backyard, bro. It was
Around a
fucking
bonfire? That's kind of
why.
fire.
I
That's
don't,
fire.
I don't know that many people, but it's like I have a small group of friends that are like five of us that
Those
hang
are
out
usually
all the
better
time.
anyway. Like the 1,000
yeah,
person
yeah.
thing was fun.
1,000-person bonfire party. Someone's
Yeah, it's
dying that
crazy.
night.
No, but I'll show you videos afterwards. But yeah, like the 5 people ones are usually better anyway. But
Yeah.
1,000, I made $10,000, so you can't complain.
Damn. Okay, Chris, businessman.
Yeah. Facts.
You said you had like no really recruitment out of high school, but talk about your recruitment process. Like, were you sending out film? Were you going to recruiting camps, or like, were you just kind of waiting for someone to come to you?
Yeah, I went to a couple showcases that my dad bought or told me to go to. But I just put game film on field level website,
Mm-hmm.
and coaches from all around would see it and then talked to my coach from high school, and then Coach Hack reached out first, and it was just I hit it off with him when my family came here and visited. So,
did you talk to any other schools, or it was mainly?
I talked to this one school in Maine, and
what was it called by chance?
I forgot.
Because one of my friends was talking to a school called UMPI. It's like University.
Yeah,
of
it wasn't
something.
that.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
That seems like a cool school.
most of the schools up north are cool. I mean, it's kind of like I mean, they're mostly wilderness related because it's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. So what's a day in the life like for you?
Here, pretty
Actually,
much.
that's a cool question.
I just realized that we've never actually asked them what happens when they go home. Let's do both. Let's
All right, so start off here. What's a day in life like here, and then talk about home.
Kind of just wake up, and if we have school, go to classes. But right now, I just kind of wake up, maybe play video games, or just watch a little bit of Netflix or YouTube.
What are you watching now? Too Hot to Handle? Shout out to Hot to Handle. That's a great show.
That is a great show. Now I'm rewatching
show.
Blue Mountain State.
That's an
that's on
unreal
Netflix here?
show.
It's on the CW app.
Bro,
That's an unreal show.
That is the show,
That-
bro. I haven't seen that in so fucking long. I bought it on YouTube because in Canada they removed it off Netflix.
I might actually rewatch that. Start like that's a great show.
Gotta go buy it
Yeah.
on YouTube, bro.
Alex Moran.
Unreal. Oh my god.
That show is
That's
great.
an insane show. You like football?
Yeah,
Who's your team?
Dallas Cowboys.
So a bunch of my friends are Cowboys fans, actually.
But they'll lose in the first round, like always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so continue with your daily routine.
I just go to practice, try to get better everyone around me. I mean, basketball is really it right now. That's all we have. No school. It's only us on campus, so.
Yeah.
And then just eat in between whenever we can, whenever they bring us meals now, so.
You keep food in the crib?
I mean, Quan and Teak. Teak really makes me and Quan food after.
Shout out T.
Yeah, she definitely.
Definitely shout out T. You got something or?
I was gonna say day in the life back home.
Oh, hey, yeah.
I usually wake up, probably go to the gym in the morning or
Like lift or shoot?
lift.
Lift?
Lift,
So you have a
yeah.
gym near you.
Yeah, it's like 30 minutes away.
Okay.
But
That's like you too. We went on a drive today to pick something up. I'm like, oh shit, it's kind of far. It's like 32 minutes. He's like, oh, that's nothing. Like for me, like 32 minutes, like because I live in like
that's
a
nothing.
relatively
It's
suburb.
really not.
Like he tells me, oh, I want to go to all you can eat sushi with my friend. Drives 45 minutes. Like that's crazy to me. Like I'll never have to leave my home more than 20 minutes.
Yeah,
to, like, get something. That's
we have
crazy.
to go like 30 minutes to go to any store. I mean, like any actual store, like grocery store. There's like
crazy.
one 12 minutes away, but
That's crazy.
yeah. But when I lift, and then I usually lift with my best friends. Just it's way better than just lifting by yourself.
Although lifting by yourself hits sometimes.
Yeah, especially when
lie.
you're in your feelings.
Hell yeah. Listening to Juice.
Yeah, definitely.
Hell yeah.
But I'll either go hunting in the afternoon or fishing or just hang out with my family when they're off of work and everything. Basketball comes in between. I don't really have access to a gym at home, but usually during the summer I just go play 5-on-5 outside, get some shots up.
Like, how do you? So when you were like working in high school, like quarantine, like how are you getting your work, and how did you become a college level basketball player?
During 11th grade, during the summer, everything was really closed. Like, couldn't really go anywhere, so I would have to shoot outside. I have a couple local parks around me that I would get shots up. I couldn't get anywhere in the gym because it was closed. But my one friend, he has access to this gym above a firehouse, so we go there at like 10 o'clock at night, just play one-on-one.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's some fucking. Is that some real shit or is that some city shit too? Where like you go to a place. Like, I used to play in a church that had a fucking gym in the bottom.
I'm
of it.
lucky. Shout out my boy Ryan Rudnick.
Okay.
His parents run one of the biggest basketball like training companies for kids. It's like camps, not really like training. It's like camps.
Yeah.
So they have their own like facility with like 2 full courts and like a weight room. And so originally like you weren't even allowed to like have people in that facility, but like once the COVID protocols kind of got like a little bit more lenient, I remember the first time I went to go after shooting on my outdoor rim, which is 10 feet, but I have an uphill driveway. So it's like if I'm shooting threes, it's like 12
Yeah.
feet.
I know that pain.
I remember the first time I was in a gym in like months was probably like, I still remember the feeling. I could not miss because I was used to shooting on 12 feet. Now I'm shooting on 10 feet with a good ball and a good rim with real mesh. I could not miss. I remember that's a crazy feeling. But yeah, shout out to Ryan. But I mean, there definitely are places like hole in the wall type gyms where you can get some
churches, firehouses.
Yeah, one of my teams practiced in the back of in a gym in an elementary school in the back behind a church during COVID, and like we had to like in the message to the team group chat was like, discreetly drop off your kid and don't stay around because like it was like you were not allowed to like have large group gatherings during COVID. It was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, definitely shooting outside is way different, and it's terrible. I hate it.
The amount of times I've been shooting outside, shooting well, doing my thing, and then it starts to get windy.
I was gonna say that,
and I fucking lose my shit, and I go inside on a miss, so frustrated. I threw my ball down the street. Like I just get so.
Because you don't know if it's you or the wind. Sometimes.
Oh, I know it's. That's the thing. I always think it's me. I'm like, I suck. Like, what am I doing? Obviously, it's the wind. Or like,
it's just a mental thing when it comes to that. It's terrible.
That's the most frustrating thing in the entire world. I'll be praying like, come on, bro, 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
I got 50 more makes. Like that's the worst thing in the entire world. That's the worst thing in the entire world. So back to the practice piece a little bit. So last year, you had a difficult year, and we'll get into that in a minute. But you got hurt.
Yeah.
So you didn't play last year. So technically, this is your freshman year.
Yeah, I redshirted last year, so I'm a redshirt freshman.
So you're a freshman. We're a freshman. We're going through all the freshman shit that every other freshman is going through in the country, not knowing if you're going to get any playing time, kind of just working hard with light at the end of the tunnel. But like, I mean, sometimes, some days it feels like you're walking on a treadmill. You're not really going anywhere. So how do you wake up every day and come to practice every day and get working every day with a positive mindset, not necessarily knowing if you're going to get in the game or if your role on the team is going to be on-court contributions? Like, how do you wake up every day and positive to keep pushing the ball a little bit forward and just keep getting better and waiting for your time to come and like enjoying the process? Like, how do you do that? Because it's something that me and Chris and all the other freshmen in the country who are listening to this and people who want to play college basketball are going to have to suffer through and figure out.
Yeah, you really have to remember your why on why you're playing basketball. And, I mean, as a freshman, you can't... Obviously, you want to get on the court, you want to play, you want to show everybody what you can do. Yeah. But you really have to you really have to work for it. You can't just come in and expect you're going to get playing time. And coming to practice with a positive attitude, you're there to better yourself, but it's not just that you're bettering everybody else. You want to win. And even if you play 0 minutes or 5 minutes, you have to work. You have to get everyone better because the common goal as a team is to win a championship. Yeah. I mean, we did that last year, and some kids that were seniors didn't play. Because
at the end of the day, there's 5 people on the court.
Yeah, you have to. Obviously, everyone's good enough to play.
Yeah, I mean, at this level, everybody could hoop. If you go, like, I remember I was playing. Me and you were playing with, people who play soccer, people who play baseball or whatever on a snow day, and me and Chris look like Kobe and LeBron and. Me and Chris right now are not in the rotation. We're both freshmen. We're both going through the freshman shit like almost all the other freshmen in the country, like I said before. But like it really puts into perspective like how much better I've gotten. Like these kids could not fuck with me, and I wasn't even trying, and Chris wasn't even trying. And we were just like messing around, and I had like 18 out of 21 points for my team, and I was moving the ball around like crazy. Like it just really shows you how much better you've gotten. Yeah, and like your improvement. But like everybody can hoop at this level, so it's just like making a name for yourself.
Yeah,
and, like,
it's just you just have a positive attitude is the best thing when it comes to college basketball. Even on the bad days when your coach is yelling at you, you just have to keep a positive attitude. That's really all that it is. Yeah. I mean, you're there to get better, to better everyone else. Even if obviously there's light at the end of the tunnel, hoping that you're gonna get a shot.
And by the end of we have 4 more years left. It's crazy to think that like you'd be in the same position in 4 years. Like if you keep working, you keep positive every day, like in 4 years. Yeah, you're gonna be where you want to be, or you're gonna be close to there. You're gonna be on your way there. Because I'm almost all the people who are seniors right now who are having heavy contributions at one point or another during their freshman year were in the same position that we are, in the same position that everybody else is. Yeah, just about like coming of age. One thing that you brought up is your why, and I know you. I mean, our audience obviously doesn't, and I mean, I feel like a lot of people who know you may not know this, but I know that your why is extremely special and extremely close to your heart. So talk a little bit about your why and why you play basketball and why you wake up every day with a positive mindset and just keep getting better.
So yeah, my why is my mom. She was my biggest supporter growing up, and last year obviously I lost her, And obviously, this is going to be hard for me to talk about.
Of course. Just talk, whatever you're comfortable with.
No, I got you. So in middle school, she was diagnosed with cancer. And she was my why. I tried to better myself for her. But she, through everything, she fought hard. And then last year, she just, something happened and she couldn't fight it anymore. And I was here. So, I mean, she's really my why for everything in life, too. Just trying hard. You can't give up. And everyone's dealt a shitty hand, but just fighting through it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you just use that as motivation every day to keep getting better.
Yeah. She always told me that nothing can stop you from doing what you want and doing what you love.
Awesome.
So
I'm sure she's looking down on you, proud of you, and going to be proud of you with what you continue to do. Chris, you got anything, or?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of just speechless right now.
Yeah, I'm very moved by that.
That is a very...
Especially with somebody who I just, knock on wood, thank God, but throughout this year, especially at the beginning of the year, my grandmother was diagnosed with a rare form of, we don't necessarily know if it was cancer, but it was a tumor. And it was very, very scary. And she's obviously elderly. She's like in her 70s.
Yeah.
And so it was just, I've been so lucky, knock on wood, to have never lost anybody before.
Yeah.
But just like having that, like,
in
the back of my mind.
It's very hard for me to kind of speak on something like this because I've never had someone that close to me die of cancer or anything. Thank God.
Yeah,
But,
I mean,
I was a little bit exposed to it when I was younger because my aunt got diagnosed with breast cancer, but she survived through that. And I wasn't necessarily old enough to know what was happening. Not saying like I can feel your pain or anything, because obviously nothing I've ever experienced is even close to the amount of emotions and stuff that you felt during that.
Yeah.
But I can definitely relate to the part about just using that. And like when we were in the weight room, I specifically remember like one time, like, and it was when my grandmother was recovering from her surgery and we were doing burpees because we had a shitty practice. And I'm thinking like my grandmother's like right now in rehab and in recovery, trying to like recovering so she can eventually come and watch my games and play. And now I'm bitching out about doing burpees, and I'm taking like none. And that really kind of just fueled me to like keep pushing forward and keep pushing through, because if she's fighting for her life so she can watch her grandkid play, then I have no excuse to not battle as well.
yeah, especially when you think your life or something's going on and you want to give up, you just
really
got to
puts it in
remember.
perspective.
Yeah,
Really
like
puts it in perspective.
some people have it way worse than you, and some people fought their entire lives just to get where you would be.
Yeah.
So,
And some people don't even get there.
some people can't, and sometimes if they get there, it's too much.
Yeah.
Like obviously, being a college basketball player is not easy.
Not at all.
Balancing school, balancing mental stuff,
Yeah.
balancing the practice piece, everything. College basketball is definitely not as easy as some people think.
And
Even at the D3 level, it's definitely a fucking challenge.
we may be a D3 school, but I think our schedule resembles the highest level in the country. Like we are in the gym.
That was one of the things I was going to say too.
2.5 to 4.5 hours a day, maybe 5.
Before I even decided to like go to play college basketball, I looked it up on Reddit and I was going through like watch videos and shit on YouTube to see what people were saying about it. And like one of the things was that college athletes, depending on what level you're at, it doesn't really matter. They're all training the exact same level. Like they're all training hard as fuck, and then some of them aren't getting playing time, some of them aren't, whatever. But from D3 down to D1 or up to D1, it's all the same. Like they're training just as hard at each level.
I saw a video, maybe it was from a podcast. I think it was from JJ Redick's podcast. It was Jeremy Lin, and maybe you could relate to this a little bit because you were, I don't want to say on the sidelines of the championship run last year, but you weren't directly making an impact on the court.
Yeah.
He was just talking about how people were saying like, oh, he didn't deserve it, and like he didn't deserve the ring that he got with the Raptors because he didn't really get on the court or whatever. He didn't deserve whatever, and it kind of just like he was explaining how like everybody has a role. And his role may have been in the locker room. His role may have been to push his teammates in practice. But like, there was not a single thing that the people who were getting playing time and who were like scoring the buckets and like making the direct impact that led to the championship, that they were doing that he wasn't doing. He's doing everything. Like us three who are outside of rotation right now for the team, who are freshmen, who are trying to make our way, are doing everything and maybe more than the people who are on the court making an impact. So everybody has a role, and it's just about being a star in your role, whether your role is to average 15 a game or your role is to provide energy in other ways.
Yeah, I mean, last year, obviously, I had the shoulder surgery, so I wasn't here from beginning of December to the end. I got back the first week of February, and I was there for the last couple of games that helped us get into the playoffs. And even though you're not like able to play or able to practice on the bench, you still got to bring energy. I was sitting there in a sling, even on the bench, just cheering my team on because they needed that energy in the certain games. Like we were down 11 points in the championship game, and if you're sitting there being quiet, you're not bringing energy, you're not helping anybody on the court. Yeah. So,
and it's a team sport. Like it's not the 5 people who are on the court that win. Everybody wins. From the coach to the starting to the manager to the admissions at the school. Like everybody wins when we win, and everybody has a role, and that role may be different, but it's your job to be a star in it.
Yeah, you definitely got to bring energy is the easiest part, and it's one of the biggest things that you can do.
One thing that cool thing that our school has, which we're honestly fortunate when you think about in a perspective, is that the development game and the reserve games. Mm-hmm. So we have kind of this. It's not really. We have one team. We have a large team, but I mean, there's 5 players. It's not necessarily JV, just because like in high school, like it's like a separate team with separate practices. We're all on the same team, and we all practice together. We all do everything together. We're all under the same name, and then in the games, like we all dress and stuff like that. But then there are separate games where the guys who don't necessarily have a large role in those games can kind of showcase what they do, can get those game reps, can get those in-game moments, can get film, can just get that experience, which is kind of cool because I know a lot of college freshmen right now who are playing college basketball who are unbelievable players who are on the bench for their teams because they're freshmen and they're 19-year-olds playing with 25-year-olds the same way as we are.
Yeah.
And they're not having those opportunities to play live competition versus other dudes who are in your same position, your same age, who wake up every day and play basketball. And so talk a little about your experience with that so far this year, because you didn't have that last year, and even if you did, you were injured. So
yeah, I mean, I consider myself really lucky, and everyone's getting a chance to play, even if it's on the reserve team or on the actual team. The reserve team is just helping us develop and showing coach what we can do. Mm-hmm. And I just think it's really helping us as a team because it's getting us better, and this way we can help the people that are in the rotation get better. I mean, we sometimes bust their ass in practice.
Hell yeah. I was giving them some Kobe fades looking like Jewish Jordan out there on that scout team, you feel me?
Yeah. I mean, we're lucky because kids across in other schools don't have this opportunity to play.
Yeah, and they're just sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
Doing what we're doing, providing energy, but they don't have that.
They don't have
games
that.
to look forward to. They don't have that experience. So when eventually, obviously they're a freshman, obviously they're going to get better. When they do end up in the rotation playing, as we, all 3 of us hopefully will throughout our futures in basketball, they aren't as experienced and have to like kind of go through another set of learning curves, whereas we have already executed the plays that we run in game versus live competition. So it kind of gives us a little bit of advantage if you think about it as well.
I think it's also definitely building like team camaraderie, especially like, the freshmen and us and them, like because we have our own thing now, the JV team, and we get to bond over that.
For sure. Also, it's just guys like the 3 of us and the other 8 dudes who play with us. Like we're gonna be the future of the team. We're gonna be the seniors in 2, 3, 4 years, where there's gonna be a new set of people who are there, and it kind of just helps you guys play together and build chemistry.
Yeah, I mean, even some of the starters, the people in the rotation, see that we're playing with more heart than the actual team is.
Yeah.
When we beat that other team, we moved the ball. We were playing for each other. We weren't just playing for ourselves.
Yeah, that game was one of the most fun. Like that game versus Robert Wesleyan that we talked about before.
Stomped them,
but also, like we played them our first game, and
we had stupid errors.
We played we played terrible. We just played not as much energy. Yeah. Nobody necessarily played well. But then that second time we played them, we kind of just played with heart and played for each other, and we went from beating them by 7 in overtime to beating them by like 30.
Yeah, it was definitely. I mean,
and
you're just playing for each other, and you have that. We had a different energy, and that was the 3rd game we played with each other.
Yeah,
and
you could really tell the month of practice that we had in between games.
Yeah,
and just how much more.
It was just a different team. Like it was a completely different vibe.
Sure. And I'm looking forward to the next ones as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had like statistically, I had like double digits in the first game, and I only had like, I don't remember how many points I had the last game, but I definitely didn't have double digits. But like, I feel like I played better, and I feel like I played more of my role, and it was just like, I knew what I was doing was going to directly translate to practice and was directly going to translate to games in the future because I was playing my role and I wasn't like trying to like
Yeah, I mean,
like do too much or whatever. Just like fitting in that role in live games, I think is really gonna help me and really gonna help all of us.
it's just not. It's not about yourself. It's about the team as a whole. That's really
That's kind of been a whole lesson for all of us,
everyone,
this entire year. And then I think that college basketball brings is like it really makes you understand the value of a team and leaning on other people, because basketball is a team sport, but you can't do anything by yourself in this world.
Not anymore.
No. Like in high school, I'm sure you were telling me how like you were averaging 20. Like I definitely have won some games for my high school, for my AU team, for my elementary school. But like now, like one person can't win a game, especially at this level where everybody's so talented. Where you have guys like us who are our level, who are talented, who are not playing, who are playing in the JV games, who are college basketball players, extremely talented. Like you can't do anything. No, one player can't do it. Can't just win a game.
No, you have to have a bunch of people that can average or that can score double digits. Not if one person scores 30 or not, and everyone else just isn't playing as well. It's not going to mean anything because it's a team sport.
Yeah.
So everyone's got to play their role. They got to score. You can't do it all by yourself.
So, what's your goal with or like after basketball? What do you study? What do you want to do when you're older? Do you want to play pro? Do you want to experience? Like, do you want to try and get that experience, or what do you want to do after you graduate here?
So I'm majoring in biology, and I have to go to grad school because I want to be a physician assistant and get into sports medicine. Everything with my mom inspired me to help people. I've had 3 orthopedic surgeries, 2 in my knee, 1 in my shoulder. So I just I can share my knowledge and help people. So that's really what I want to do. I mean, basketball has been a part of my life my whole life.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't really want to go pro because I don't really want to go overseas. I'd rather be around my family. I mean, if I have to move, I can move. I'll move, but I'd rather basketball really. Basketball is my life. Yeah. It always has been, but at the same time, like I got to move on. But I still trying my best. My next 4 years, I'm still gonna play basketball. But I don't think I'll go pro after. No.
Orthopedic surgeon. You want to be a sports medicine? Anything specific in sports medicine?
No, probably just orthopedics. Physician assistant is just like right below a doctor. Yeah. So I mean, obviously, my dad's been through a bunch of orthopedic surgery. He tore his ACL 3 times.
Damn.
Yeah, it's not fun. So
they give him a replacement ACL?
Yeah, they either use your patella, quad, or your hamstring. They use my hamstring for my knee, or they can use a cadaver from dead person. So,
damn,
3 ACL. Holy fuck, that would have been traumatic, bro.
Yeah, that's why he stopped playing.
Did your dad hoop?
Yeah.
Where do you hoop? Did he hoop in college or just
no?
high school?
He didn't play in college. I don't think. No, he never played in college. He just did high school, but he tore his ACL in grown man softball twice.
Damn.
And his canine dog tore it his first time.
Like bit him?
No, leash wrapped around his knee.
Oh shit, that sucks.
Yeah.
So I think we're ready to wrap it up relatively soon.
We got 2 ending questions.
Yeah, before we wrap it up, so the first thing I want to ask is, what's one thing you would tell? Honestly, now we'll change a little bit. What's one thing now that you would tell yourself with perspective from when you were going through like, I'm not like going through hell last year. Like last year sounds, and I didn't know you last year because this is my first year here, but it sounds like a difficult year. I mean, you obviously battled through it, and you obviously made it out on top and made it out with a new perspective and a new motivation and a positive mindset. But what's one thing now with some perspective that you would tell yourself last year to help persevere through those tough times, and what are you going to use to help persevere through tough times in general in the future?
I just think keeping a positive mindset towards things, and everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, for sure. Especially
after I got cleared, getting in the gym, getting stronger to help support everything, support your body. That's one thing I wish I did when I was growing up. I would wish I got in a Mac behind you. Growing up, I wish I got in the weight room more so I can be stronger. Just working on certain skills like dribbling. I don't dribble the ball. I'm a shooter. Yeah. So, but I just growing up, you gotta just get through things, keep a positive mindset.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Like when everything's going against you, why also be against you?
Yeah,
Like, you got to be on your own team.
Yeah.
You gotta be your own cheerleader sometimes. That's powerful. So then the second thing, you want to ask it?
I'll ask it. So the other thing I was going to say was the opposite of that. What's one regret or one mistake or your biggest mistake that you had in your basketball career, or maybe even your life, that you would talk about here, or that I don't know if I know. How
Yes. Well, what's one thing you want to change?
Your biggest regret, I guess, in your basketball career, or
My biggest regret was not getting in the gym sooner. If I didn't start lifting until maybe junior year. I've always been a small kid. I'm not even 6 foot, so
6'1" on the roster, baby.
Yeah, thanks, coach. Just getting stronger would have helped me, and that's the thing I have to get. Just getting in the weight room, getting shots up. That's the biggest thing for me right now that I wish I did way sooner. I mean, obviously I had COVID, so I couldn't do certain things so being locked up was really hard, but just getting in the weight room would be the thing I would tell myself.
That seems to be a reoccurring theme. A lot of people said that they wish they would have gotten in the weight room earlier, or even just started doing push-ups and stuff like that.
If you're listening to this and you're a young hooper,
get in the weight room.
Trying to make it, get in the weight room, because you can never be too strong. And
work on the skills that you aren't as good at. Like, I've always been a shooter. I've always just got shots up, but the one thing I would work on is dribbling. Like, you have to be able to dribble at this level, and even if you just do it a little bit each day, you'll get better eventually. And turning the ball over, turning the ball over because you can't dribble is not a good thing. It's terrible.
Yeah. So if you're listening to this, get your handle up and fucking get in the weight room and pump some iron.
Yeah.
If you want to get D's like Zach Fullford.
Yep.
Thank you guys for listening. This is episode 9 of Ships Across the Border, and we'll be back next week with another guest.
See you all next week, episode 9. Peace.
Live your life within the moment. And don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over. All that I know is we'll get older. So let us dance this night away.